Assalamu alaikum everyone, hope you all are doing well. So today we will be starting our new topic of chemistry, that is oxidation and reduction. First of all, we should know that what is oxidation, what is oxidation. So the oxidation is a process in which we are losing the electrons with the reaction or charges is called oxidation. Like we can write here, to loss of electrons to loss of electrons with reaction, or you can say charges, is called oxidation reaction. Okay, so the simplest definition of the oxidation is that the to lose of electron with reaction or charges is called oxidation reaction. This is the first definition, main definition of oxidation. Now we should know the main key points of the oxidation reaction. So let's move further. That the first key point of oxidation reaction is that oxidation reaction always happen in metal atoms. Like we can write here, oxidation reaction is always happen in metal atoms. Now what are those metal atoms? With as we know that with IUM it's called a metal atoms, without IUM it's called non-metal atom. And metal atom always have the positive charge and non-metal have negative charge. And in the periodic table we are having 95 metals, and metals are always solid, from which one metal that is liquid, it's mercury, and the name of in periodic table is hydrogenium, Hg, hydrogenium mercury. After that, move the next point. As we know that the losing of electrons with reaction or charges is called oxidation reaction. It always happen in metal atoms. Now one more point is that whenever the losing of electrons is happen in a reaction or the charges, so it will take the positive charge, it will have positive charge. Okay, so let's take an example of this. Like we are having we can say, we can take what sodium, Na. We are having sodium, and it's a metal atom. After that, what's happening when there's a reaction or the you can say charges? So what the process happens actually, that I am telling, yeah, Na is converted, because Na have one extra electron in its shell, means it's a need, but we can take just a 3 electrons, not more than 3, so it need more than 3 electrons, so it will lose its electron. So like Na is a positive plus, Na is a plus, so it will be plus by, it's a Na plus, not that one plus, Na plus, we will plus, and it will lose its 1 electron, so it will be 1 electron minus. Now Na is a positive, it's a, there's a 1 electron in its valence shell, so it lose its electron to be stable. We can also write here, now this one process is stable. Okay, it's a necessary that you are having metal atom and it's on the stable position, and to losing its electron it's called oxidation process. Now let's move further. with the reduction. Actually, what happens in reduction, it is totally opposite of the oxidation. What's happened in this? To gain of electron, to gain of electron with reaction, or you can say charges, is called reduction. Reduction reaction. It's called, we just called reduction. Oh no. Yeah, it's called reduction reaction. Okay, now we are having some of the key points each here. Like, first key point in oxidation was the reaction is always happen in metal atoms. So here will that the reaction is always happen in non-metal atom, non-metal atom. Okay, and the second point we are having that, like in oxidation, that when it's losing its electron, it's having positive charge. So when it's gaining the electron in reduction, we are having negative charge. Let's take one example of it. Like, we have to take the non-metal. So non-metal we can take which one we should take? We should take oxygen. Okay, so we are taking oxygen here, O. And what's happening in upper one example oxidation, that we are having a one outermost shell, we are having one electron, and we are just losing that one electron to be stable. And now in this one, as I told, that we need a maximum we can share a 3 electron. So oxygen need 2 electron to gain. So how we will write it? That O, oxygen, plus its need of 2 electrons to be stable, so 2E. After that, what we will do, that now what this one process will call, like we're having 2 more electrons. So whenever we are gaining electrons, so we are having which one charge? Negative charge. So we will put here, we have gained 2 electrons, so we are having O double 2 electrons. We have gained 2 electrons, and we put the negative charge of 2. Okay, hope you understood this one. Now let's move further. After oxidation and reduction, we are having one more term, that called redox reaction. Redox reaction. Actually, what redox reaction is, that is the collective of oxidation and reduction. How? Let's check it out. Collectively work of oxidation, collectively work of oxidation and reduction. What it is? Reduction is called redox reaction. Now have some key points of this that we have to remember. The first key point is that wherever value is increasing, so it's called oxidation. And the second point is, wherever value will decrease, value is decreasing, you can say that the rising of the value and the negative decreasing of the value is decreased, so it's called reduction. As we know that which one having a negative charge is called reduction, which one having a positive charge is called oxidation. But one more rule is applied it here, that we have to just take the metal atoms. We cannot take the non-metal atoms in oxidation, and in the reduction we just allowed to take a non-metal atom, we cannot take the metal atoms. But in this one we don't have a rule, it's on just the basis of the reaction, that which reaction is happening. If the value is increasing, so it's oxidation, doesn't matter it's a metal or non-metal. In reduction where value is decreasing, doesn't matter it's metal or non-metal, it's called reduction. This is a redox reaction. This process is called redox reaction. Now let's take one example of this. As we are having one example here, that likewise I am taking 2 minus 3. Okay, now what I have taken here, I have taken here nitrogen. Wait, just I have taken here nitrogen, and in nitrogen what is happening, that the losing of we are having 2 and minus 3. After that what we have what will the process, it will be and we are having 0 in a uplift, like in it here we are having 0. Wait, I am just trying to taking it down. Actually it's n. Wait, I should show you that how it's written. It's 0 on the superscript, 0 on the superscript, and 2 is in subscript. Okay, don't understand that it's NO2, it's actually N02. Wait, I should show that how is it written. It's written like this one. Where is this? Like, and 0 is written in superscript and 2 is written in subscript. Actually this happens it here. Okay, so let's move further. This is called the oxidation reaction, because here is the n 0 and 2 is the power 2, means it's the increasing, it's called the oxidation reaction. Now we should take the example of the reduction. In reduction what's happening, we are taking the chlorine, like we are having Cl. Here is also written as same, 0 in superscript and 2 is in subscript. After that what the reaction will be, the reaction will be 2 chlorine minus is in upper one, it is the minus on superscript. Okay, so what's happening, that it's gaining it's losing increasing with the 2 electrons in oxidation, and in reduction it's gaining and having a negative charge with 2 electrons. Like here it gives its 2 electrons and it's have a positive charge, it's gaining its 2 electron and have a negative charge, doesn't matter it's a metal or a non-metal. Okay, now let's talk about atom, that actual what atom is. Wait, we're talking about atom. We should know that what actual atom is. Okay, so talking about atom, in atom, as we all know that atom is the smallest particle and there's a many of definitions of that, but I am telling you about the position with oxidation and reduction. So when atom, we can say that when atom is stable, when atom is stable, so it contains ions. What it contains? Ions. Now which type of ions? Two types of ions. Two types of ions. What are those two types? Number one, it's containing is called positive ion, positive ion. Number second is containing is called negative ion. Okay, the positive ion is also known as cation, and the negative is called anion. This is a cation and anion position. Okay, now let's move further to talk about these cation and anion. As I told you previously that the losing of electrons with metal atom having positive charge, so it's called cation, and which are to gaining of electron with non-metal atom formed by non-metal atom is called anion, having negative charge, that's called anion. I should write here a little bit definition of that formed by metal atom, formed by metal atom. Okay, it's formed by metal atom, where what we are doing, that loss of electrons, so that positive charge is called cation. After that, move to next, we are having formed by non-metal atom, formed by non-metal atom, and it's called gaining of electrons, gaining of electrons. Yes, gaining of electrons. Now let's move further to talk about what cation is and what anion is. So talking about cation, actually there's a two words, one is cat and the second one is wait. Firstly we should discuss cat, that what cat is. Cat means to cut off. Okay, to cut off what? To cut off electrons. Okay, and there's a simple remaining ion. After that we are having an ion. In anion, what we will do, that we are taking the word an. The actual meaning of an is you can say to addition, you can say addition, or to adding of electrons, adding of electrons, and ions will be remain same. Okay, cat mean to cut off electron and mean to adding of electron. Now what you can also give these are names of, you can say cation is unloading of electrons, and anion is uploading of electrons, like we are uploading something now, so to addition of electron is called uploading, to cut off the electron is called unloading. So today what we have discussed about the ions with atoms. We have discussed redox reaction, reduction, oxidation, and our topic was oxidation and reduction. Hope you all have understood, and that's all about today. Thank you so much.